Hi, John Bartosik here. You're here because you're probably looking for an internet or online marketing business that's going to make you some money. Well, let me try to help you with that search. I spent thousands of dollars and lots of time looking at many businesses because I needed to make money. I'm not ready to retire yet, don't have enough money to retire, don't want to go back to corporate America. I want to work from home or in my own business and set my own hours. So I was looking to the internet to find a business that would give me those features. And like I said, I spent a lot of time, a lot of hours looking at businesses and spent some serious money investing in some of them. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, my wife asked me to make an accounting of the money I spent on these businesses. And I did, and I was a little embarrassed and amazed at the amount of money I spent. I'm not going to share that with you, but just suffice it to say that I spent thousands of dollars looking at different internet businesses. And what I'd like to do is share some of that with you. Here's a list of businesses that I spent money on. And what I'd like to do is talk a little bit about this. There's another list too of businesses that I looked at their web page, did some investigation, and they just weren't right for me, and there was just a lot of hype on the web page and didn't really tell you much of anything. But let me tell you a little bit about some of these. Carbon Copy Pro, that's the first one I looked at. Interesting business. They're associated with Wealth Masters International. Wealth Masters sells a product that consists of asset management techniques, investment strategies, estate planning, and things like that. It was pretty comprehensive. But like the name Carbon Copy implies, it's like being in a lottery. Your website isn't any different than anybody else's. It's kind of a crapshoot whether you get picked or somebody else gets picked or whatever. So it's there wasn't that personalization to it that I found is necessary to really be successful in this business. Some of the other businesses, EDC Gold, interesting business. Reverse funnel system, that had an interesting concept. Investigated that, almost went for it, but it just didn't feel right for me. Home Cash Course with McKinsey. Now that's an interesting business. Let me tell you something about that. Products were good. I was up and running with my website in a half an hour. It looked pretty decent. Went into my ad campaign and really didn't get much of a response. But the interesting part was a couple of weeks later, got a call from a consulting company indicating that they were associated with McKinsey Lee. And they wanted to sell me their services to basically learn how to manipulate Google so you get, on the first web or first page, how to help set up your website and what were the key factors of it and all that kind of stuff. But the interesting part was they asked me how much money I had to invest. And I kind of told them a figure. And I got the distinct impression that whatever I told them is what they would sell me the consulting services for, whether it be a couple $1,000s or tens of thousands of dollars. It was that whatever you suggested you had to spend, that's what the service was going to cost. A couple other businesses, interesting names. Bum Marketing System, the Retired Millionaire, Renegade University, all interesting. I spent some money on all of them to learn what their system was all about, and you almost had to because there really wasn't much on their web page. You had to really spend some money and buy into it to find out what they were about, and most of them were downloaded brochures or pamphlets, not pamphlets, but brochures with 50, 100, 200 pages that described supposedly their secrets and the techniques and all that on what they use to make money. It was kind of self-teaching courses, and just wasn't for me. But spending all that money and looking at those websites wasn't for naught. I did learn what was important and what were some of the key features that would help make a business successful. And let me share those with you now. The first is kind of obvious. It's the product. You need to be associated with a product that you are interested in, that you would use, and that is easy for you to sell. I mean, it's very difficult to sell something that you don't have any faith in and you're not going to use. So that's kind of obvious, the product. compensation plan. You want a compensation plan that's going to make you some money. That's why you're getting into business. Not something that's going to, like 5 or 10% commission on each sale. Something that's going to make you some serious money. And ideally, something that will give you perpetual income or residual income. Something that as you enroll people in your program, you will be making some money off of their sales as well. The third is the system. It's something that is easy and fairly straightforward to get up and running and understand, and that you can transition real quickly into making money and sales. And another part of that is the automation. You need to have some level of automation, because when you become successful, you're going to get a lot of inquiries, a lot of responses, and you want to be able to get back to those people to show that you're genuinely interested in them, and that you want to continue to talk to them about the opportunity. And those that continue to express interest, you need to get back to personally, because that's really what helps you be successful, is that personal interaction. You need to get personally involved with the people that are interested in your product or your business. And the last is the training program and the team. Training, I didn't know anything about internet marketing. I didn't know how to set up a website. So for me, the training was real important. I needed to have access to somebody that was experienced at internet marketing, and that provided the training to get a website up and running, and ideally had kind of a format or whatever that would get you started, and all the other nuances that go with it, like Google Ads and Aweber, and just all that kind of stuff, and the team. To be successful, again, I was not experienced in this, so I needed something that was going to, or somebody that was going to help me along the way and teach me some of the tricks, and that was really interested in my success. And that's important. You need to be associated with a team that is interested in your success, not that just gives you the information and says, okay, go for it, you're on your own. So for me, that was important. And I continued to search, and I finally came across something that fit the criteria, that provided all the things I just talked about. And it was by far the best thing I'd seen so far on the internet. So I'd like to share that with you. If you would fill out your contact information on the form that's on this page. I'm not going to sell that information. I'm not going to give it away. It's for my own personal use. I just like to know who's interested in this business, so that I can just keep track of it. So what I'd like you to do is fill in information and go on, click on the link here, and go on to the next web page where you get all the information you should need to learn about this business and make an informed decision. And I think you'll agree with me that once you learn about the business and understand what it's all about, you'll also agree that it's by far the best thing you've probably come across on the internet. So fill in the information, click on the link, and go learn about this business and start making money. And what I'd like to do is close with a phrase that one of my favorite comedians I used to watch when I was growing up used to close his show with, and that's, "May God bless."